A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. It's a very beautiful Wednesday night, and we're happy to have you join us on this midweek edition of the show. My name is Tony Ibitoye, and I'm not alone. I have Sisi with me on set, the pretty Sisi, and I have the good-looking Tunde Koike as well on the show. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not sure if I can accept good looking. I think I'll take handsome.
Handsome, all right.
Okay.
That is
You
much.
said pretty. Handsome balances it out.
All right. I mean, Tunde
He's
is...
getting jealous.
It's okay. It's allowed. But, I mean, it's a beautiful night. A wonderful time to talk football. But good to have you guys around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
There's plenty to talk about, really. The women's game, the league. Usually on Wednesdays, you know what we'll do for you? We serve you all that you need to know around the women's game, the league, who is on top, who is not on top. All of that will be on the menu for you this midweek. We will also spend some time, of course, to take a look at the Globe Premier League matches played today, a game to be played tomorrow. What is the latest around Giwa FC and Nembe City? We'll have that for you as well on the program this Wednesday. Of course, UEFA Champions League games are currently going on. We'll update you with the results of matches as they go on. Let me just quickly tell you that after 60 minutes at the Santiago Bernabeu, it's really looking one-sided. Real Madrid are 3 goals up. It's 3-0 to Real Madrid over Borussia Dortmund. And then the other game in France is Paris Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 1. Everything to play for in that one, okay? So it's Real Madrid 3, Borussia Dortmund 0. And then Paris Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 1. We are told that it's 1-1 in that one. But once we get an update around that score, we will let you know. Okay? It looks like Paris Saint-Germain have scored another one, so it's 2-1 to Paris Saint-Germain. We will update you with that as we go on, because I'm getting feelers that it's actually now 2-1 to Paris Saint-Germain. We'll update you around the UEFA Champions League. And I don't want to ask Tunde the last time he was nervous about the Champions League, really. There's no need to talk about it, but the good thing is that Liverpool look like they will be back in the Champions League next season. So let's leave that one for now. We'll come to visit all of those issues later on. Let me also tell you that being a Wednesday night, you remember as well that we always have Oyebuchi Machuku with us on the show. He will be coming in later on, and together we will take a look at issues around our domestic game as well on Sports Tonight. But let's start off this way by telling you that, look, what we're doing on this show is all about you. If you are not watching, there's no point for us to be here. And that is why it is very important for you to follow us and get active and get interactive and be a part of all that we're doing on the program. And that the way you do it, of course, is for you to be a part of our feedback mechanism. We want to hear from you. We want you to talk to us. We want you to react to all of the issues as we raise them on Sports Tonight. And you know how to do it already. On Facebook, on Twitter, those handles and the platforms are showing on your screen. On Facebook, Channels iPhone Sports, and of course on Twitter at Channels_Sports, and of course my handle at Tony Ibitoye. So please get busy with us. Let's flow together and let's make this as interactive as possible. Today, a lot to talk about, really. FIFA World Cup. How many days now? 70 days
70 exactly.
to go. We're really closing in on the World Cup. By the time April is gone, this is the second day of April. By the time April is gone, we'll be looking right at the 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil. So we're really counting down.
Well, I think it's just it's a period where a lot of people are just waiting with bated breath. It just seems like yesterday when we heard the final whistle at South Africa 2010, and you know, you just keep.
That's 4 years ago.
It's 4 years ago. I mean, kids that were born in 2010, a lot of them can actually hold conversations with you now. So you just know how long ago that is. And so people will always argue about how and why the World Cup takes so long for it to come. Some have argued that maybe it should be biannual, but I think FIFA makes it. It's the excitement, the anticipation of waiting. It's the wait itself that builds it into the major global phenomenon that it is. And like you rightly said, by the end of April, we'll be just barely 40 days away from the World Cup. By then, many of the national teams should have submitted or started thinking about submitting their squad list for the World Cup. Plenty would have gone on by then.
We'll talk more about the squad list later on, but one of the things, Sisi, that will highlight the 2014 World Cup will be goal line technology. We had a genuine case for this in South Africa 2010 when Frank Lampard scored what was a beautiful goal against Germany, but the referee wouldn't see it. And that goal was very crucial. It could have brought England back 2-2. And who knows, the story could have been different. But that's, left for the realm of permutation and all the others. But 2014 World Cup, you won't have a case like that.
Yes.
You will have goal line technology
installed in all the stadiums. There's about 12 stadiums at the World Cup. You have the goal line technology installed. And the way it works is that the goal control, it uses about 14 cameras. So immediately a goal is a ball crossed the line, a signal, a monitor is sent down to the referee, a wristwatch.
And of course,
as you can see on your screen,
it will show on the referee's
seconds, yes, he gets it. And of course, he knows if it's a goal or not. So it's really very simple. And people were actually saying that it would disrupt the game, the excitement and all that. But we won't have that because it's split of a second. He records it, a goal or no goal, and he gets to know if it's a goal or not. So it's really, really simple. But definitely once they have that 14 cameras and everything is in place, I think this will go a long way to actually, show some players who got robbed the last time, that this time around, when they score a goal like that, definitely it will be a pure goal. I think this is a very, very good one because it's going to be the first time it will be used at the World Cup. We've seen it at the Premiership and, of course, some other European competitions, but at the World Cup is the first time it will be used.
I don't want to buy the arguments today of some people who feel that this will take something out of the game.
Absolutely.
We've seen the English Premier League, we've seen that it has taken absolutely nothing away from the English game. So I think this is welcome development.
I think it's a welcome development.
It just helps you to be sure of what has happened during the football game. Has a goal been scored? Has it not been scored? And I think it's just
that kind of argument, that kind of lame argument would be for armchair critics. For those who have never played football before, trust me, if you've scored a goal, you want to claim it as yours. And that is why there's always this debate about whether it is an own goal, who got the last touch. And the truth is, at the end of the day, after everything is said and done, football is all about goals. And the more the merrier. Yes, it's not as much as you probably get in a basketball game, but you'd really like, both teams can go toe-to-toe for 90 minutes. It might be an exciting end-to-end stuff, but you would really like to see a goal just to settle it and just, put the icing on the cake for you. So anything that can improve football, and look at this technology, it's instantaneous. Within a nanosecond, the referee gets an alert that a goal has been scored. So it will eliminate those kind of Frank Lampard issues, the West Germany England issues of 1966, and even maybe the Victor Ekpeba, Victor Ekpeba issue of
unless the referee decides not to
handballs are not.
What happened to those handballs issue where
that one is so subjective.
I know. Are they also going to introduce something like that?
No. This is just goal line.
It's just goal line.
There are still a lot of women elements in the game.
Remain.
If the ball crosses the line for a throw-in or for a corner.
Some said whether there was contact in the box, whether it's a penalty or not. That one is still left to
unless you wire everybody up. You know when somebody touches you. But that was going to be too much for the asking, really. But I think this one is just okay for us to know when a goal has been scored, which is very, very key. Sure. But let's talk about the Eagles now. What's going on? The story around the Eagles, if it is not Keshi and the NFF over a roundtable event in Lagos, it is Keshi and the NFF over a 5-man list or a 30-man squad and all of that. Plenty of issues around it. But what do you make of it? NFF is asking, give us your professional squad. He's saying, not now. It's too early for us to be talking about the provisional squad when the deadline is still far away. What's your thinking?
Well, if you ask me, I think there's obviously some kind of broken relationship between Stephen Keshi and his employers.
Maybe a lack of understanding.
A lack of understanding, maybe some miscommunication on the part of both parties, whether it should have been Lagos for the sponsors event or not, whether it should have come for a technical committee meeting, whether it should submit. All these are issues that they can resolve like gentlemen within. Very simply, without you and I getting to know about it. And I think the sooner that this is stopped, the better. Keshi does not need any added pressure than the one that he already bears. And the NFF need to focus on other issues apart from getting Keshi. Obviously, Keshi knows he has to submit a list. He knows that he has a deadline for that list. But really, and I really like both of them to work together in order to ensure that they're not working at cross purposes and they're not putting undue pressure on a coach who has already proven himself particularly capable. So these things, they really have to be discussed. And Keshi also has to understand that, yes, he's the man of the people. He can virtually do no wrong in the eyes of Nigerians, but he still has employers. He's the big boss but even a big boss has
Has
a boss.
a boss.
And you know, there's a Yoruba proverb that says, no matter how big how big the beard of the worker is, his paymaster is still his paymaster. And he has a paymaster, so he has to come to some kind of understanding with them whereby there is little or no friction.
For me, I think the issue is the deadline for submission of a provisional squad is May 13, which is still a long way off. So maybe really, I don't understand why we want a professional squad now when we still have 5-6 weeks before the deadline. But then there's the oversight function of the technical committee.
Maybe they just want to discuss
and have an idea about it. But let's leave them to sort out those problems.
Yes.
But really, those issues are not supposed to be public issues.
No.
Issues that we'll be discussing on the pages of
Then
newspaper.
again, even Keshi himself is under pressure.
it
Right
should
now,
be-
he's not sure.
It should be
Maybe
between.
he
The
has
boys-
about
the boys
80%
is
of
going
his
to
team.
use,
Yeah.
yes.
So.
All right, so let's leave those ones on one side and hope that at the time we will name our squad for the World Cup, we have a team that will go there and do Nigeria proud. That, for me, is the most important issue. And I hope that the NFF and Keshi understand that and are ready to work towards achieving that. Let's